on, everybody? Um, if I sound different tonight, it's because I are sick. Um, I wasn't even going to do this, but I really like hanging out with the community, uh, and so we are here. And let me make sure everything is up and running properly. Let me check on this, make sure I have everything going. All right, yep, we are good. We are live. I'm going to get this shared out. And if you're new here, hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. We do a live show every Wednesday. Typically, I'm a little bit more high energy than this, but I just don't have the energy to do so. And so, really didn't want to miss tonight. And so, yes, we are going to get started. We have a full lineup of good, friendly, awesome news topics tonight. Not a lot of console warring going on, um, mainly because I don't have the energy for it. Thrifty of War, that's right. I don't have the energy for console warring tonight, so we might do a little bit of it, we might not. Um, I am getting this, like I said, shared out. We do have some really cool topics tonight. We're going to be talking about God of War Ragnarok, Valhalla, talking about something the dev team said, which kind of gives us hope for more God of War. Uh, and yeah, I know, Jay, we're going to do something different tonight. Let's try, let's try to keep it light and happy. We're going to be talking about the funny I say that. We're going to be talking about the Insomniac hack and the PlayStation 5 Pro specs, along with the PS Plus and Premium and shoot PS Plus Premium and extra titles. And then we're going to be talking about the God of War sales numbers and the PS5 sales numbers overall. We also might get into a little bit of what Rockstar said about why it takes longer for games to get, for their games at least, to get over to PC. Kind of may or may not do that one. It's just a lot of the same stuff that we had already concluded last week. Uh, but it is nice to know that, you know, some random guy on YouTube does just as well as some of these quote unquote news outlets on predicting reasons and things like that. So, anyways, once again, guys, sorry if I sound off. I am not feeling well at all. And so, uh, first thing I'm going to go ahead and talk about is the PlayStation Plus premium and extra titles for the month, mainly because we haven't had a good month like this in a while. Like, Sony did their thing where they do like 2 months back to back of just crap, and then they give us some pretty heavy hitters. And I actually have gotten used to that when everybody else is like freaking out. Now, granted, I don't necessarily. Uh, it's okay, everyone. I'm here now. Yay, War is here. Um, sorry, that was real weak. I should probably just end this. Uh, anyways, so PlayStation Plus, they're giving us some pretty good titles this month. Good chance for people to try Stranger of Paradise if you want Final Fantasy Souls. Yeah. Note, I didn't hack Insomniac. Well, that's good. What do you mean what happened, RPG? I'm sick. That's what happened. It's okay to rest up. Yeah, but I like y'all. And I like getting on here and doing this. And consistency is important. And so, well, good morning, Josh. And so, the title of the show isn't going to probably get a ton of people in here, and that's okay. If y'all want, share this out. Help me out a little bit on that. It would be great. Thank y'all for those who have shown up and hit the like button already. And we are going to share this thing out to one more Discord. Um, and then I'll go ahead and dive into the titles. But yeah, I really like being here. I like doing this. And so, because of that, I try to make sure that I have I try to make sure that I can do this every week because being here is important to me at least, and it's just I'm trying to build a community and want this thing to stay consistent. And so since my videos aren't consistent, I want my at least my live streams to be. What's up, Gamer of Light? See, this is what's confusing. It's always confusing me because we have Gamer of Light and then we have Outside Gaming Night. I think that's what it is. Outside Gamer Night? Outsider Gaming Night. And so, see, it's always just messing me up. Quiet Doom. I don't have lung. What? But I have apple butter? Okay, so that's kind of confusing. But that's okay. Okay, so here we go. Oh, okay, yeah, I know that. I knew that. Dude, it was hilarious in our Discord that we have, which, by the way, join the Discord. Super cool, super fun, super amazing. It's all the super things. It's super friends, even. Uh, but we have a really good Discord server. I'm going to go ahead and get that link sent into the chat, and y'all can join that if you want. NGC Nelson's Gaming Culture. Nelson, are you starting your own YouTube channel again? I'm gonna have to check this, dude. Let's see. Dude, 308 videos? Aliens Fireteam Elite. Oh, wow, you post clips just from you. Oh, that's really cool. Hell yeah. Guys, go give him a follow. You can just click on his name and it'll take you to his page. Go do that. In my life, only consistent is inconsistency. Yeah. I have to note that I didn't hack Insomniac because I'm a former hacker. Oh, man. I'm back on my e-bike after busting my shoulder. Listen to you guys. Oh, sweet. Appreciate that. Okay. Jo- Josh, that's awesome. Join the Discord, hit the like, all that good stuff. Yeah, you know, all the things that I beg y'all to do. Okay. We will do some gameplay of Valhalla as well. It is freaking awesome. I'm going to do a little 8-minute video on it, just kind of giving my thoughts on it. Also, right now, I have been playing through Final Fantasy VII Intermission, kind of getting my juices flowing, ready for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And, oh, hey, real quick, speaking of that, uh, the team for Final Fantasy 16 has moved on to a different project. And so after these two DLCs, they've kept a small team back working on both of those. Final Fantasy 16 will be done. Which, when you listen to the developer talking, he was sitting there saying that they've learned a lot of stuff, they've done a lot of things on it, uh, and they want to take everything they've learned and, like they always do a different thing. They want to make a different game. And so, super excited about that. They're following the trend that they've done for years. And so, with dress spheres, please no. Please, God, no. Please don't do that. Not surprising they moved on so fast. They are the 14 team. Yeah. Um, I'm excited because 15 didn't really get a sequel. It had a little prequel thing with it, but it didn't get a sequel. And then uh, Final Fantasy 16 looks like it's just going to get a couple DLCs and move on. Which that what's up, JP Loco? And so yeah, that's really cool. I know people are like, "Oh, it didn't do that well. Look, they're abandoning it." This is what Square Enix does, guys. This is they they become innovative in at least with their Final Fantasy series. They innovate and then they move on. And when they haven't, we've been given stuff like Final Fantasy X-2, which was god awful. Not the story. The story was actually pretty good, uh, but it did just fine. Oh, what's up, Will?
What's up, Thrifty?
Uh,
What up, chat? How y'all doing? I
Ain't
am not sick. I just had something in my throat.
uh, get the Phil Spencer. Never mind. Anyways, we we're gonna keep this nice. All right, so you're here. Let's go over the PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium titles. We
Wait,
got
wait, real
Grand.
quick, Thrifty. You said we're talking about the final. Don't forget with this one, guys, we weren't even supposed to get DLC. So the fact that we're getting these two, is awesome.
Oh, dude, absolutely. Like, and that's kind of what we're gonna talk about a little later with God of War Ragnarok, Valhalla, uh, because according to the devs, we might not be done. And so that's actually going to be really cool. But let's. Oh, hey, I talked about what I was playing. I'm so sorry. I'm a little scattered right now. What are you playing right now, man?
Oh man. So I just want to say, guys, I did my what I'm playing is obviously Valhalla right now as we speak. Yesterday, I played Risk of Rain 2. Shout out to Josh and Warwana who talked about that game. Um, it's decent. I think I got to play more of it to get into the groove of it, but it's unique. I never ever played anything like it before. I also played a little bit of Titanfall 2 yesterday, and I've also been playing like Far Cry 6, Valhalla, Assassin's Creed. So I'm all over the place right now. I'm trying to hone down on that one game that I want to keep
Hey,
playing.
they're saying there's a really big echo. Wara, is it when I'm talking or when he's talking?
Probably me. Hey, is there still like, well, now, guys? Let us know. Well, I can
That's
hear echo
interesting
myself.
because my stuff is working. Oh, they said it's you. He's in a cathedral. It's better. All right, go ahead and talk again, Will.
Talking
Talk.
and what was I talking? Oh, the games.
Oh, there is an echo.
Uh, yeah, I hear
Damn,
myself.
that's so weird. Here, let me try to. Let me see if it's mine. All right, go ahead, talk.
So I don't know what game to continue playing. I don't hear the echo anymore. So I kind of just been testing a whole bunch of stuff out, and I'm very anxious for the new year, to get into like Helldivers and stuff like that. But that's what I've been playing. I just kind of been all over the place. Oh, and Avatar. I forgot about Avatar.
So I know what it was. I had my volume up too loud, and so it was catching
Your
when
mic.
you were talking. It was catching my mic was catching my audio through my headset. At least that's what I'm gonna go ahead and say happened. So, did you see the list for PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Extra?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got GTA 5, awesome. Stranger of Paradise, uh, a little less awesome. MotoGP, fair enough. Metal Hellsinger, which actually looks really fun.
Very good game. There's a demo out on the PlayStation Store. There's been a demo since the game, well, before the game came out, and that's what actually got me to buy the game. So cool game. Check out the demo, guys. Well, it's coming to PlayStation Plus, so but it's an awesome game. Rhythmic game.
That's cool. Like the premise looks good. And yes, the version for the GTA 5 is the PS4 and PS5 version. So if you get the PS5 version, it's going to look wonderful. We got a title that is kind of a Souls title in Salt and Sacrifice. It's a side scroller. We're getting Moon Scars, which I've never played before. Mega Man 11, which is really fun, and then combined with the premium classics, we're getting Legacy Collection and Legacy Collection 2, which is 1 through 10. So you're literally going to be able to play uh, 1 through 11 for Mega Man, which, as a Mega Man fan, Mega Man was actually one of the first games I had ever played on a PC, um, because my grandfather had it on his computer. And so, uh, anyways, Really excited about those, diving back into them. And then another series that I never played was Shadowrun, and we're actually getting all three of those, which is kind of cool. And so overall, oh, I'm sorry. Also, Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, which I don't know if anybody else played that game on the PS1, but it was kind of fun. And so overall, like I said at the beginning, I think this is one of the better months that we have had. There really is something for everybody, and it's one of those months where the something that they're giving everybody are actually good games, right? Like we've had the months where, damn, we have 22 people in here already. Holy cow. Um, we've had the months where they've given like a good variety, but it's been a ton of like B level or C level games. And this one, I think they did a really good job giving us some double A, some triple A, and
A little bit of everything.
excuse me. And so I really like that. I mean, you got your Metroidvanias, you got your Souls likes, you got your side
Side scroller.
scrollers. Yeah, I mean, you have your shooter, you have a Final Fantasy title in the vein of Souls like, and then you have probably the best, most popular game ever in GTA 5. And so, like, it's pretty cool. I don't. I really like that they're doing that this month. I felt like last month and the month before were kind of mid. Um, Not kind of mid, they were mid. But yeah, I think we have a good month. Will, what do you think?
Yeah, no, it's a very good month. I'm always happy as my collection grows every month. I'm just excited to see a game that I don't own. You know, it's great to check the game out, and especially games that I do like that they, you know, like the X. I was gonna say X-Men, the um, 1 through 10 Mega Man and the Mega Man 11, like those games are a lot of our childhood, you know, favorite games ever. I mean, Nelson is a huge Mega Man fan. I know he owns them all, but it's just a great way, especially for the holidays. A lot of us are getting some time off, and you know, it's just in time for that. So it's no, it's a very good month. And GTA 5, I know everybody's got probably about 5 copies of that game over the last 13 years, but um, it's just it's just nice to have it. You know, it's you can I think with GTA 5 you might be able to stream it. So that's you may not have to download it. I'll have to check on the specifics on that, but it's just nice to have it.
Sorry, I'm reading the chat and spacing out. So I definitely agree. It is nice to have all that variety. It's nice to be able to hop into some of these games and play them.
Oh, and that Buzz Lightyear game, dude, that's an awesome game, and this is a great game for you to, for us adults, you know, parents, to kind of show our kids, like, hey, dude, when I was your age, this is the game that I thought was really awesome. What do you think?
You know your
Same
son's
thing
gonna
with the
look at
Mega
you and
Man.
say it's old.
He is, I'm like, that's, I mean, there's just games with art styles that, you know, are just different. He's like, that looks old. I'm like, oh, well, this is, you know, this is next gen, dude. What are you talking about? Yeah, no, kids, it don't look like Fortnite is old.
If oh man. All right, so yeah, I'm not gonna make it that long, guys. So God of War Ragnarok. Moving on to the next topic. God of War Ragnarok tops 15 million units sold. Holy shitballs. Sony Interactive Entertainment announced God of War Ragnarok has sold 15 million units worldwide across PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4. The figure is up from 11 million units sold in February 2023 and 5.1 units sold in its launch week in November 2022. The launch week's figures at the time set a record for the fastest selling first party launch in PlayStation history and set a God of War franchise record. Y'all know what game just beat that record? Anybody? Anybody? Will? Hello? Hello? Will. Well, dang. Yeah. The chat got it. Spider Man just beat that record. And then it talks about the free Valhalla DLC, God of War Ragnarok, will release on December 12th. Okay. So, guys, 15 freaking million. That's insane. When the game came out and there were haters sitting there talking about, oh, it's just a DLC, it's just more of the same. Uh, Lone Gamer, the music in what? Which game? We've talked about a lot. Only 15 million. Weak. I want to point out that God of War Ragnarok has sold more than has sold more copies than Starfield has had player engagement. Like, I just want to point that out. Starfield's player engagement is up to like 12 million people have touched the game, which is cool. But 15 million people have purchased God of War Ragnarok. Tell me who's making better decisions over here. Like I said, we're not going to console war a lot tonight, but pointing out that the subservice model is absolute dog shit, and if you just make great games, you will continue to win in business and in the gaming world. All you have to do is make great games. And Sony, time and time again, has released great games to us. And granted, the cadence lately has not been what I want, but my goodness, 15 million. Dude, I saw that. I was actually going to cover that tonight, but I decided not to. That Microsoft is now on the MetaQuest, which is ridiculous. I also have no idea where Will has ventured off to, but he hadn't even messaged me.
I'm right here, dude.
Bro, I had asked you a question earlier and you didn't say a word.
Oh, what was the question?
Oh, I was just asking how much, what game beat out God of War Ragnarok for the fastest selling PlayStation first party title?
Um, I don't think there has been. Has there?
Uh huh.
Let me guess. Spider-Man?
Yep.
Look at that. And God of War is not even like you say Spider-Man, everybody knows Spider-Man. God of War, not so much, God of War, it's I mean, now between gamers, but if you just go around like down the street, you knock on your neighbor's door, you be like, "Hey, you know Spider-Man?" Be like, "Yeah, I know Spider-Man." You'd be like, "You know God of War?" Like God of War, like what's that? Maybe they'll say some Greek mythology, stuff, but not as a video game. So that's the most impressive part about it all is that not only did it sell 15 million copies in 1 year, the game came out November 2022. It's December 2023. I'm talking about the dates like we don't know the dates, but it's a year and a month. And it sold 15 million copies. Like that just blows my mind. I know we're gonna get a little bit into like Valhalla and stuff like that, but I'm so happy they're extending the game with DLCs because I think that's something that PlayStation really drops the ball is with coming up with additional DLCs, especially for their really popular titles. I mean, we've seen it with Horizon, they'll do one DLC and that's it. Last of Us, they'll do, one little thing and that's it. Where these games, especially like this roguelike, I really enjoy it as much as I dislike roguelikes because it has a story behind it. So it still has that Sony DNA in there. And I'm very glad they're going this route, well, so far with this game of just adding a little bit more. And this ties into the conversation we always have on the podcast about development times and how long we're waiting for games, which, GTA's another one. It's like, okay, dude, 12 years, you guys, one game. Like, how much more time do we have to wait? And this is a great way to kind of satiate the fans' hunger on their most popular IPs. But yeah, super impressive. 15 million. Like these numbers are just ridiculous. Now imagine how much more the game's gonna sell over the course of the life of this generation. You know, when the Pro comes out and as the years go on.
Yeah, the other thing that's really cool is, and I just confirmed it, uh, but the God of War Ragnarok Valhalla DLC is longer than the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 campaign by like 45 minutes.
Wow. And it's free.
And it's free. Like, uh,
Speaking of DLCs, real quick, Thrifty, did you play the Final Fantasy 16 DLC yet, or no?
no, not yet. Uh,
Final
I'm
Fantasy
on
7.
to other things right now. I'm trying to beat a lot of other things. December is really the month. Fornitron likes them so much. I so much can't think. What, you know? I wish my phone would, or that YouTube would actually work. So, fun fact, guys, I can't see y'all's chat on YouTube. I can see it popping up on my PlayStation feed, but that disappears after a minute. So, if I don't respond, or if it feels like I'm responding to something you said a little bit ago, that's why. Yeah,
Yeah, I just
Fornitron was is in here, but I don't know what he said. Like it popped up that he said something, and I was gonna read it, and okay, I like them so much. Okay, that was a while back. Wow, having some issues. Hello, I'm still here. Oh God. Okay. So speaking along the same topic of God of War Ragnarok, IGN released an article today that said, as players battles their way through the just released God of War Ragnarok DLC, one of its developers has teased that there's more to come from the story after the credits roll. The Valhalla DLC adds a roguelike mode to Sony Santa Monica's hugely popular action adventure, but it also contains a surprising amount of story, which was the focus of senior writer Orion Walker's post on X that certainly set the cat among the pigeons with God of War Ragnarok community. Weird. I've never heard of setting a cat among pigeons, but whatever. You really think the credits are the end of the story? Come on now. What's Walker teasing here? IGN won't include Valhalla spoilers, but it's worth noting that the DLC serves as an epilogue to the events of God of War Ragnarok, and it seems the DLC credits are worth soldiering through also. So, basically, we have a story mode here that we need to complete, and then they're going to end up doing a there's like a little Marvel type little teaser at the end of it. So that's pretty exciting. Can't wait to see what's next. Hopefully, it's a lead in to some Atreus game. Have you gotten to the end of the story, Will?
no, not yet. I spent a lot of time yesterday just refamiliarizing myself with the controls, and then today I've been kind of hitting it pretty hard. So I got about 2 hours into the DLC, and if you're saying it's longer than the Call of Duty campaign, then I probably have another couple hours to go. So no, I haven't, but I think I'm about halfway point.
I gotcha. Yeah, no spoilers. We're not giving any spoilers. We're not going to do that. Um, and honestly, there's not a lot of spoilers to give, if I'm being honest. A lot of it is dialogue between him and Mimir, which is absolutely top-notch companion dialogue in this game. My goodness. The the back and forth between those two characters is some of the best I've seen in gaming. Anyways,
Yeah, it's awesome, dude. And I had this big event at my job today, so I had a couple reps come in, um, to show off some product and stuff like that. And one of the guys just got a PS5 recently, like a couple weeks ago, and we're talking about like what kind of games he should be, play. He asked me about PlayStation Plus and what tier I recommend. I recommended him the middle tier, because he hasn't been gaming in a decade or so. And he told me that he downloaded God of War. He got that. His wife got him the game, and he started with Valhalla. So he didn't even play the game. He started with Valhalla. He said he only got about an hour in, and he said exactly that. He's like, the swinging head. Like, dude, that's like incredible. Like the writing. Like my wife was listening while doing dishes, and she's like, "Are you watching a movie?" And I'm like, "No, I'm playing this game." So she was like super shocked that the dialogue was so good. So I explained to him, no, so DLCs, you should probably do it after the game. And he's like, man, that's awesome. So his plan now is to get his wife to kind of be the backseat, watcher while he plays the game. And but it's just awesome how somebody from outside of gaming completely thinks about the relationship between Mimir and Kratos, how great it is, but also the writing, how phenomenal it is. And I'll say one last thing real quick. And also, guys, there's a great interview on, I think it's IGN. You have to go to their website. I haven't seen it on YouTube, but I checked it out yesterday at work. It's about an hour long. And it's a conversation between one of I think he's the arts director or one of the big guys over who made Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, and he's interviewing Sam Lake, the creator and director, and for Alan Wake, and they're basically doing like an actor on actor kind of interview. And there's a lot of good information there, just about behind the scenes stuff, which I love and it's interesting. But it's just very cool how they come up with concepts and how Sam Lake does it and how the guys over at Insomniac do it. And it's just super interesting. So just a little sidetrack note there about that interview.
No, you're fine. So, with regards to getting these extra game modes, like I have always been a fan of like beating a game and then an arena mode would unlock or a horde mode or something like just something to get back into the game and just if the combat is good to be able to play it. Like even back in the day, I think it was Tekken that had like a little story mode where it was just a change in pace from what the game actually was. And I love modes like that in games because it gives you something, it gives you a replayability, as it were, for the game itself. And so I've always really enjoyed that. And I don't know if you remember those, but like you would literally have to beat a game back in the day to get a certain specific like mode unlocked. And that's how you would get your stuff. There was no DLC, there was no extra character packs. Like Tekken 3, the way you got all your extra characters and your extra modes was literally by beating the game. That's it.
Mhm. Even with the old Resident Evils, to get like the rocket launcher and stuff like that, like you basically had to beat the game, to really enjoy that stuff. But I've never been a DLC person, not until recent years. And something that I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but the way that I feel about it is that you either get two with DLCs, you either get one or the other, in my opinion. One is sometimes DLCs feel like they just didn't complete the game, and now they're using the DLC to complete the game, if that makes any sense. So you finish the main game, and then they come out with the DLC generally really quick, like 3 to 6 months, and it gives you that finale or it adds on to the story like in a great way where you're thinking, oh, I wish this would have been part of the main game, right? And then the other DLC is what I'm seeing with Valhalla, God of War, where it feels like it's tied to the game, but the game could do with or without. And that's huge because, to me at least, it feels like one, it's a reason to go back into the game. Two, it feels like a 2.5 version of the game, meaning it's not quite a sequel, but it's still like kind of not part of the original, and it ties a lot of things together that you may not have thought of during the game. Actually, you did think about this, and with the conversation on social media, especially before God of War, this one came out. A lot of things in regards to the first three God of Wars, a lot of questions that we had. Like what's Kratos going to do? Even guessing about, okay, is he going to go to Egypt or is he going to go back to Greece? Just all those nerd conversations that we have. Like this sparks more of that conversation, which is awesome because if they did 15 million and this roguelike DLC is successful, which it seems like it is, that means that we'll get more of this stuff. So if we keep playing the games, we keep, especially like how Xbox likes to do the engagement numbers stay up, then I think we'll continue to get more of the stuff that we really like.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it. I think that it's well done. It's like a complete experience too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's not something. There's no bugs. There's no glitches. I haven't ran into
no,
a single problem.
no,
It's extremely in depth with maintaining all of your resources and maintaining all of your like buffs, your debuffs, your runic attacks, uh, all of your mastery points that you need. There's a main line that you can do throughout the game and or throughout the DLC, but there's also like going off the beaten path in a lot of these areas will lend you to more uh, it'll lend you like chest and more mastery points or see like this right here. I just was able to get to this chest right here, even though I passed up two doors to get over here. And so like stuff like that makes a big difference when you talk about roguelikes because in my opinion, these games generally it, they generally fail in my opinion or at least for my play style, because there is not a good enough sense of progression. And I was listening to somebody today going over the DLC, and they were like, "This is definitely a game that wants to be beaten." Right? Like it's hard, and you're
yes.
gonna die, and you're gonna feel like crap, and it's gonna suck. But it's not impossible, right? And it's not even a get good type of game where we have to get good in order to make sure we survive or what have you. Like no, it's literally just the same combat uh from God of War Ragnarok. That's it. It's nothing super complicated about it, but they've added enough stuff to it to make it feel fresh and new. Does that make sense? Like Jake Baldino, whenever he talks about like DLCs or sequels, he just wants something that feels new. You know, that's that was his biggest desire for uh GTA 6 was that when they released the trailer, it would feel new. And I feel like that's what they did here. Like they could have sold this game. They could have very easily sold this game
Oh,
for
easily. I would have paid 10, 20 bucks
25,
for
30
this
bucks for it.
easily.
I mean, you
And
got to
also,
go ahead.
with the going back a little bit to the difficulty and the loot, um, the, the thing about this DLC in specific as well is that you changing the difficulty, your rewards are greater. And I know a lot of games will say that with like the higher the thing, but this game actually does it. I mean, right now I'm playing on, I think there's four options. I'm playing on the second, so not like super easy, but the next one up, just because I
Yeah, I
want to
just
go
that's the
through it.
default one.
Yeah, I just want to go through it and just kind of enjoy myself. But even doing that one, I'm getting a shit ton of loot and like stuff that you can actually use. So like, and I switched over to the higher difficulty one on a couple of the levels, and the loot just gets even better. Like instead of Bungie coming over to see how we're doing this live service game, Santa Monica should go to Bungie and be like, "This is how you do loot right here," because
Yeah.
it's been great, and I'm excited to go to the next level and see what I'm gonna get. And when I'm done with this, I decided I'm gonna do a whole new game plus, and I'm gonna redo the whole Valhalla. I'm gonna try to beat it in every difficulty level to see what the loot gets me. I'm probably won't get that done in like a month or two, but I'm definitely gonna take my time with it. And that's the beautiful thing about it is that this game or this DLC, it's you're not gonna get bored of it because it's super fun, and also you're looking forward to what's gonna happen next as far as what you're gonna get.
Right. And like
So it's got legs. That's what I'm trying to say.
it does have legs, very thick, muscular Kratos legs, but it
Hell yeah.
has legs. And I'll also say this: it's the combat of this game absolutely lends itself to a mode like
Oh
this
my
because it's
goodness.
so fun. Like you feel epically powerful the entire time, even
Hmm.
if you're getting your butt kicked. like,
Hmm.
but
Yeah. And dude, the decapitate, like the not decapitation, but the dismemberments are freaking fun. The
did they add those for this? Because I feel like they're a little bit more visceral right now than what they used to
Dude,
be.
yes, it feels. That's why I want to do a new game plus because it feels. I don't know, man. It just feels like Kratos. You know, it feels like the God of War, like no mercy. Like, and now you have three weapons. You know, you got the blades, the axe, and then the spear. Like I've been using the spear a lot, man. Like that to me, that's my go-to. And then the combos you can do. Like it reminds me. I put on Twitter. I made a tweet about this. I said. I'm not a huge God of War fan, but for some reason, Valhalla makes me feel like home. Like I'm having fun with it, like when I was a kid. You know, like when you wake up and it's a long weekend, or you're on Christmas break or something, and you're like, "Oh, I want to wake up early and play my game." Like that's what it feels like to me. Like today at work, talking to that dude about God of War. Like I couldn't wait to go home, do my fatherly duties, cook, clean, help with homework. Like I just want to get over with that shit so I can get into the game. And my son, who doesn't give a shit about God of War at all, even he's like, "Whoa, this looks crazy." And I was like, "All right, you got your peak, now go away," you know, because of the violence in it. But even he was like, "Wow, this looks real." Like it's the visuals have me in awe, even now that I have 3 or 2 going on 3 hours into it.
Yeah, it's. Sorry, I'm getting my ass kicked right now.
Yeah, me too. That's why I paused it. But yeah, no, the game is awesome, guys. If you haven't, if you're in the middle of a game where you're like not super excited about finishing, you're kind of going through the motions. You know, as gamers, we sometimes just go through the motions. Stop it. Just stop that game. Download God of War again and play it, dude. You're gonna have a great time. And you're also another thing that this game really likes, which I just said about the visuals, is the visuals. Oh my goodness, like they did such a great job. I just put some pictures on X. So when you guys are done with the podcast, just take a peek. Like they look phenomenal. Like phenomenal. And I just want to say for a game that is cross-gen, right, quote unquote, it's killing a lot of the games that are current gen right now, visually speaking.
Wara just asked us a question. He said, "Will and Thrifty, what are your thoughts on God of War 2018 Poison Area?" I don't remember that game, to be honest. Like, I
Poison
don't remember
Air.
that spot.
Oh, are you talking about where there's where just say yes or no? Are you talking about where there's like that green smog all over the place and you kind of got to go through caves where you got to try to get those chests, I believe it is.
I don't
But
know.
I think that's the
I
area
feel
that
like
you're
all of
talking
God of
about.
War is getting chest.
Well, like you got to get like get keys, so you got to open the chest, get a key or something like that. I haven't played it in a while. Old Niflheim. I don't remember, man. I,
It's Niflheim. Hmm.
yeah, Niflheim. I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
The area where you needed specific armor to survive.
It sucks. Yeah, that's probably what I.
Yeah.
That's probably why I don't remember it. It's probably
Yeah,
the
me
part of the
neither.
game that I blocked out or something.
Yep. Just
like,
like the Valkyrie fights, dude,
oh my
I
god,
blocked that out of my soul. I was like, never, uh-uh.
I did those. Oh no, 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 not you're talking about God of War One, or the 2018. Hell
2018.
no. I
Hmm.
think I got four of them, and then I was
Yeah.
like, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah, I got like 5 or 6 of them. I might should go back. I was actually thinking about re-downloading that game again. Dude, I don't know. I just wish I had all the time in the world, honestly. There's just so many good games. And, you know, people talk crap about PlayStation games like they're one and dones. But when you have a game that is just layer after layer after layer, and the lore is just crazy with it, and the visuals, like we've all seen our favorite movie 100 times, you know? This is that times 100 because it's interactive. It's not a passive, hobby. So there's so many combinations of things you can do. One thing that I'm doing with Valhalla is really trying out uh, the different armors, the different rooms, and I'm just trying everything out because
Dude, it
the
forces you to.
it forces you, the game forces you, and you get rewarded for it too, which is huge.
Like, I typically use the Blades of Chaos. Those are my favorite weapons in the game. But like right now, I don't have a heavy runic or a light runic attack to be able, like, so they're not my most powerful weapon. And but yeah, anyways, this is a fantastic game. Y'all need to play it. Um, hell, the 30 $40 that you can find God of War Ragnarok for right now is damn near worth it just to get this mode attached to it.
Facts.
Um, it's so good. Like, I could have seen them releasing this and charging money for it, but they didn't. I know, but I'm
Dude, I
your
would have
monster no
paid.
longer. Right. The Queen Valkyrie. Fuck the. Josh, you're a masochist, bro. Josh
He
just
is,
said
bro.
the
He
Queen
got the
Valkyrie
platinum
was
for
fun.
Diablo 4. He got the platinum for Diablo 4, dude. This dude like likes punishment. Like I look up to him seriously because man, he can do it, bro. He saved my ass on Diablo 4, so
That's crazy. All right, so we've talked about God of War Ragnarok. We've talked about the PlayStation Plus. Let's go ahead and
yes, War. I'm sorry about that, Josh. You too, Josh. You are, dude. I saw your conversations in Discord, bro. You like those type of games. You know the games that I'm talking about, the ones that I suck at.
the ones that I suck at. Okay, so let's get into a little bit of bad news, and it's for Insomniac. Apparently, the news has come out that they were hacked, and we all kind of knew that. But the hackers are claiming that they can get $2 million for all the personal information that they got for the employees, uh, if they sell it and if Insomniac doesn't pay. Um, but let's just read a little bit what happened. This is from thegamer.com. Insomniac Games has reportedly been hacked by a ransomware group, which is threatening to release game leaks and the personal information of its staff. It's being claimed that the leak includes personal documents belonging to developers and at least one actor. As reported by Insider Gaming, Cyber Daily first shared the news of the alleged hack this morning. They note that that in a proof of hack document, the hackers appear to show leaks from the Wolverine game, as well as the personal information of Insomniac staff and actor Yuri Lowenthal. There's no mention of player information being caught in the apparent breach. They're trying to sell it for 2 million. Insomniac has been made aware of the breach, and as the studio and its parent company Sony have not responded to requests for comment. No, because you don't negotiate with hostage.
Terrorists, basically.
Right. Okay,
They are
so
terrorists, man. That sucks.
yeah, and here's the deal. Like, there are supposedly like three images, and they're all kind of blurry for the game. So that's not the big deal. The big deal is that these folks are about to have their life turned upside down because
Hmm.
of some jackass group.
Yeah.
And that sucks. Like, I don't have any sympathy for these people, don't have any sympathy for what they do, and it's messed up the amount of anguish that they can cause just by some strokes on a keyboard. And that's bothersome. But one silver lining, and I just want to point this out, that they got leaks from the new Wolverine game and employee files and one actor being Yuri Lowenthal. I'm sorry. Does this is it too far of a stretch to say that Lowenthal is now attached to the Wolverine game.
Well, it could be, it could be any game that he's attached to.
That's what
But
I mean. Like, but the leak only talks about Wolverine the game and then the employees. And then it's interesting that they mention Yuri Lowenthal as the actor, and we know that Wolverine is part of the same gaming universe as Spider-Man. So I think it does mean that we're going to end up getting. I think Spider-Man will do a cameo in Wolverine.
there's a good chance it will. I mean, look, the game leaks about this. Honestly, it's no surprise. Like we knew what they're working on. Insomniac, they've been carrying PlayStation this whole generation. The thing that really pisses me off about all this is the employees, man. Like I hope that the government, the police force really goes after these dudes, man, because like this really gets me so mad because there's just so many people like us who go to work every single day. We're doing the right things, we're paying our taxes. We're supporting companies like Insomniac because they put out great product. We know we have a great relationship with the gamers. They have a great relationship with us, and it's just not right, man. It's criminal. With Yuri, I think he will be because they're gonna try to tie it in together. They're gonna try to, at least what I would do is, I want Spider-Man to keep selling. I want it to keep going and going and going. And if there's a way I can tie it to my next most anticipated game, of course I'm going to. And in a way where it makes sense. We're talking about the Marvel universe, and I know that the Marvel movies and TV shows are trying to do the same thing where they're expanding, their superheroes. So I definitely see that as them, also expanding the the Marvel universe and gaming as well. So it will not surprise me, and I'm like 90% sure that he will make a cameo on there, and Wolverine, uh, the Wolverine game. But yeah, man, it's just hard to talk about these leaks when I know that so many people's lives are, like you said, they're going to be turned upside down. If I was in at Sony or Insomniac, I would obviously get some sort of protection for the employees, like credit and, their personal info as much as we possibly could, and really take the money that these people are charging them and just get as much of personal protection to go on the offensive and really hunt these scumbags down.
Yeah, these pictures of Wolverine don't look right. Jay Barry put it best. PC devs can't make console games. Checkmate. Oh, okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it. People who do this crap are low lives, and they need to either change or be arrested and thrown in jail. That's just my personal opinion. Um, let's talk about some more good news. Like I said, guys, really PlayStation focused tonight. Don't really have the desire to console war tonight, but if this next topic might bring up some console warring, but
What do
that's
you mean
okay.
there is no console war? It's winners
It's
and
not.
losers.
It's not.
PlayStation are the winners, Nintendo's are the
It's
winners.
over. It's
Yeah, I
over.
mean,
It's been over.
yes.
Um, so let's. Speaking of that, VGC charts. The PlayStation 5 was the best-selling console in the U.S. in November 2023 in terms of units
Yawn.
sold and dollar
Expected.
sales, according to figures from Circana, formerly the NPD Group. Circana includes the dates for the 4-week period from October 29th to November 25th. The Xbox Series S was second best. Congratulations on that, guys. You took out Nintendo, which is an 8-year-old console. But
Yeah,
I'm still going to give them that. That's a big victory.
that is.
Um, the Xbox Series X and S was the second best-selling console in terms of units sold and dollar sales. The Switch was third. All three consoles were down by 20% year on year, despite discounts and bundles. That's because ain't nobody got no money. like,
Yeah, it's hard.
no,
And that's what I'm gonna say, Thrifty, is that yeah, they came in second place for a Series X at $350. And they even had the Diablo 4 Series X bundle for $350. You're saving almost $250 off that bundle. Like it's insane.
Nelson just said the war has been over for 10 years. Come home, Billy.
Yes, facts. Miss you, Nelson.
Yeah, dude, I miss Nelson too. Um,
Aliens, Nelson. Tomorrow when you're off work. Sorry, Thrifty.
2023 year to date, the PlayStation is the best selling console in terms of both units sold and dollars in 2023. The Nintendo Switch is in second place, while the Series X comes in third. No shit. Overall spending on video games in November was down 7% year on year. Spending on video game content decreased 3%, while video game hardware sales dropped 24%. Guys, I don't think that's indicative of anything other than the economy. Like, I really don't. It's not gaming is dying. It's not gaming is getting worse. It's nothing like that. I think just people are broke right now, and the more the more inflation rises, the less our expendable income becomes, and we don't have expendable income as much as we used to. And hopefully that'll change in the future, but as of right now, we're going to keep seeing the luxury items drop. And gaming is a luxury. Like it's something that we love, it's something that we get enjoyment out of, but at the end of the day, it doesn't put food on the table and it doesn't provide a place to live. It doesn't pay your bills, anything like that, unless you're a YouTuber that actually gets paid. But like
And
for
it's an
the
expensive luxury too.
it's an expensive luxury. But I'll say this, for amount for per hour entertainment, it's actually
Mm,
one of the cheapest.
bingo.
You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
550 bucks after tax for a PS5 disc version and $70 for God of War. I have 100 hours. So $630.
No, screw that, Thrifty. With 570, you get a PS5 and tens of thousands of hours because 15 bucks will get you PS Plus Premium or the middle, and now you have a library of over 1,000 games. So I mean, you're right. It's just with the PS Plus, it's crazy the amount of value you
Or
get.
free. Josh just said, or free with ads on your phone.
Or free. That too.
I intentionally did not bring that up tonight,
Dude, they
but
want it. They
Xbox,
want it bad.
I know, Xbox is wanting to offer a free Game Pass model with ads.
Well, look, Xbox, like I mentioned earlier, with the pricing of the Series X, they they are dwindling down. Well, one, it's going on 4 years, well, in 2024 of this current gen. So I'm assuming that the price of materials to make these things have gone down. But I think Xbox is just they're like at their final stand, you know? They're like, let's just get all this crap out. I think they're coming out with the Series X digital as soon as PlayStation does their Pro because they copy PlayStation on the things that they shouldn't be copying. They should be focusing on things like I don't know games, and but yeah, they're going in. I saw the also the tweet with the Series S. It's like 150 bucks or 200 bucks with a freaking headset. Like guys, yeah, I think it's 150. Like these prices are ridiculous. So if they're trying to bump up those Game Pass numbers, it's a great way to do it. Unfortunately, it's not going to work because you have no games.
So, fun fact here, along in the same article, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 uh, was the best-selling game for November. This is the fifth straight year that Call of Duty was November's bestseller. Marvel's Spider-Man 2 came in second for the month of November and remains as the fourth best-selling game of 2023.
And that's
Hogwarts
a month and
Legacy
a half
shot
old.
up to third place due to the Nintendo Switch version of the Nintendo people love the damn game so much and have wanted to play it so much that they're playing it at 340p on the freaking Nintendo Switch, bumping it from 10th place to third. Holy cow. That's insane, and it also remains the best-selling game of 2023. That's crazy. So here's the games from November 2023 that were on the list. Call of Duty was 1, Spider-Man was 2, Hogwarts Legacy, Madden 24, Super Mario Brothers Wonder, FC 24, Super Mario RPG, Mortal Kombat, 2K24, UFC 5, AC Mirage, Naruto, Sonic Superstars, Jedi Survivor, God of War Ragnarok. Like, Miles Morales. Ooh, Star Ocean Second Story R. That's good to see that game there. Anyways, like, I do need to just, there's no Xbox exclusive title on this list anywhere. Anywhere.
They don't have anything. What,
It's
Horizon? That's all they have, and we all know now, officially. I mean, we knew this, but they've been given well, some people that do the games um that looks GT7 looks better than everything about it is better than Horizon. And just going back to the basics of gaming, the ABCs of gaming, the rudimentary parts of gaming is you just need games, man. You need good games. And it sucks, man. It hurts my soul because we all love game. Like Xbox, just make a good game, man. I'll buy your
just
shit. I'll go where the games go, man. If you give me a good game, I'll buy your Series X or whatever. I'll buy
right,
it so I can play
right.
it.
Like,
I
here's
don't
the,
want to wait.
especially at the prices that they're at right now. Like,
Yeah.
Jesus. I
Oh
guess.
yeah. I mean, I got a Christmas gift coming that's taking advantage of these prices, but I'm like, I'm not gonna open it because there's nothing to play. What am I gonna do with it? Put it up in my next to my PS5 and let it collect dust? Like this one more thing I gotta clean. I wish it
Because
wasn't like that. I would love to pop it on and download the Xbox hotness and get lost in the world and check it out and get into the ecosystem and see how they're doing it. But there isn't anything to get into.
no.
So it's like like thank you, but you could have just got me some socks because it's winter and I need socks. It's cold outside. I would have got way more use out of that.
Yeah, so JP Loco just said, I thought Starfield outsold FF16 and Spider Man 2. It did outsell FF16, but not Spider Man 2. Like, on the year, Starfield is number 9 in best selling games of 2023 year to date, and Final Fantasy 16 is 14th. And so, like, yes, give them their credit where credit is due. They did release a top 10 selling game. The fact is, though, it was number 10 and was beat out by Spider-Man and Hogwarts and Zelda and Diablo 4 and two different Call of Duties. I want to point out that Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is number 6 on the list of best-selling games in 2023.
I actually
Like,
like Modern Warfare 2. I really
that's
enjoy that game.
freaking nuts. Also, uh oh, that's really weird. Huh.
But with
Uh
Starfield, the numbers, how many, like for example, for me with Starfield, the way that I got Starfield was I paid, I think it was $30 for Starfield. So that gave me early access to the game 3 days early, I believe it was, and then I get the DLC whenever they release it. So how many, they're looking at copies sold. Did they really make out this game? That's to me, that's the real question because it happens all like at my work. There's this colleague of mine who did X amount, but profit was nothing. It was actually at a loss. So now somebody who does even 10% of what they did is looking way better because of the money brought in. So we're looking at Starfield. It's like, okay, you made top 10, but is it really top 10? We know that with Spider-Man, Sony made, enough to fund the next three AAA games. And that's great news for us gamers. Starfield being in the top 10 really does nothing for us gamers except pad the reports for Xbox and Microsoft.
right. And it's very interesting when you start looking at all the numbers. And we've said this repeatedly on this channel. It's the numbers don't lie. And the numbers are saying that people are buying PlayStation, they're buying PlayStation titles, they're not buying Xbox, they're not buying Xbox titles. And so it's just one of those things that I think people should uh whoops, I died. It's one of those things that I think people should really just right. Phil may Phil may lie, but the numbers don't. Right,
No.
exactly. That's a perfect way to talk about that. Is PlayStation has absolutely killed it this year, and that was with one major release.
Yeah, with the one first party and the others third party, second party. But also, guys, when I say this just pumps up the report, that's literally all it does because every company, retail company, some of them have daily reports, and basically it just shows like, okay, yesterday we sold X amount of product, and then right next to it, there's usually the profit margin line, which depends on what you're selling, but they each company's got their own number. Let's just say for easy math, they want to be at 35% profit margin, right? So meaning that if they have an item that costs $100, they sell it for $100 retail. Well, the company expects to make $35 out of that $100 profit because the remaining $65 is the cost, right? So if you go in there and they negotiate, for example, that product goes from $100 to $80, well, you're selling it for $80, but now your profit margin goes from 35 down to I don't know, easy math, 25% because you gave a $20 discount. When I talk about when I bought Starfield for $30, not only are they taking a hit on the game, but they're also taking a hit on the DLC because I don't have to buy it. So when they come out with that DLC that they are, this is a situation that I spoke about earlier in the podcast where I said there's two types of DLCs to me. One is a DLC that feels like it should have been part of the main game, but they had a deadline, so they just kind of released it, and the DLC finishes the game. And you have a DLC like Ragnarok that it feels like it's something new, it feels like it's an addition, and it's something that they worked on after the fact, right? I'm really excited to see the Starfield DLC because is this something that should have been part of the original game to begin with? But the point of this conversation is that now they're double dipping into their profits from the get go. Just to get to that number nine spot, as far as engagement and sales, it's gonna hurt them a lot more in the long run. So this top nine actually worries me because it's not an organic top nine of, $70 sales. It's more of how many corners did they cut, how much into their future money did they cut just to try to get to that spot. I hope that kind of made sense. Did it make sense, Thrifty?
Yeah, it does. It definitely does. Um, with that, guys, I wanted to get into the PS5 Pro specs and everything. We'll save that for another show. Maybe if I feel better, we can hop on here and talk about them and dream about what that's going to be able to do. What's up, Twisted? I'm actually sick tonight, so uh, I'm telling Twisted that because he just got here. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and call it tonight. I'm starting to get real like delirious over here, so I'm I'm gonna go ahead and call it, and I'm gonna go get my butt in bed. And I really appreciate y'all. Will, thank you. I know it was kind of choppy today. I told you earlier in the day I wasn't going to be doing it, and then I changed my mind about 15 minutes beforehand. Um, and so appreciate your willingness to come on still and do this. Sorry it was extremely low energy tonight. We'll be back up and running next week like normal. Yeah, go drink some water. Dude, my wife has me drinking like bone broth um, because it's supposedly really good for you, and it really is. Like, I feel like it's the only thing that's kept me running today is the stuff that she's making me drink. What's up, Tool Man? God bless. All right, guys, thanks for the stream. Nice. Yeah, all right. Will, real quick, dude, where can people find you, man?
Will 777JP on X and Will 777JP on PlayStation.
All right. You can also find me on X at ThriftyPSGR or you can find me on the PlayStation at thriftyps_gr. Uh, when you go to drink chicken noodle soup, yes, I know. Basically, I turn into a 5-year-old when I get sick, and it becomes all the cool things that I used to drink, like Sprite and saltine crackers and um, chicken noodle soup and all the things that make you feel better. But anyways, what's up, Nick? Excuse me. All right, guys. Seriously though, go play Valhalla. It's super fun. Not the bullshit Ubisoft title, the
No,
God
it's a
of
great
War
game too.
Ragnarok Valhalla. Go play that. Super fun. Uh, get if you have not played Final Fantasy VII Rebirth or Integrate, I believe both of them are available on the PlayStation Plus extra tier, I believe. Go play those. Get yourself hyped for the new game coming out. I still think anybody who kind of doesn't like turn-based JRPGs and stuff will fall in love with the combat in this because it's so fast, especially in Integrate. The combat is stupid good. And so, anyways, guys, and Josh, yes, Josh wants y'all to know he is kind of our producer. He doesn't get paid, but he's our producer. Don't forget your gamer tag for Xbox. Yeah, bro. Yeah, yeah. I don't have one.
I do Smasher XL.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
think that's it.
Smasher XL. All right, guys. Y'all have a good night. Once again, sorry it was a low show. I just have no energy to keep going. And we will catch y'all next time. And as always, guys, stay